When I was young, I believed that success meant having more money, more fame, more things. I thought happiness came from collecting achievements and possessions. But one day, I met a man who had almost nothing. He didn't own a big house, didn't drive a fancy car, and had very little by society's standards. Yet his smile was bright and full of peace, as if he already had everything he could ever want. Curious, I asked him, "How can you be so happy when you have so little?" He looked at me gently and replied, "Because I'm thankful for what I already have." That answer changed something deep inside me. In that moment, I understood a truth that many people spend their whole lives trying to discover. Gratitude doesn't come after success, it creates it. Gratitude is the root of abundance. It is the quiet but powerful force that turns what we already have into more than enough and transforms ordinary things into something special. In life, people often chase success, money, popularity, or recognition, believing that those are the keys to happiness. But in truth, it is gratitude that gives meaning to those things. Gratitude turns every win into joy, every challenge into a lesson, and every failure into a new beginning. It isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about clearly seeing what's already good in your life. It's about realizing that you are already blessed. Even when you feel like you're missing something, when people think of abundance, they usually picture wealth, comfort, or luxuries. But real abundance isn't about the number of digits in your bank account. It's about how you see the world. A person who earns a small income but wakes up every day thankful for being alive already lives richly. Meanwhile, someone who owns a mansion but feels empty inside is living in scarcity. Abundance begins in the mind, not in possessions. Gratitude changes the way that mind works. When you start seeing your life through the eyes of appreciation, you notice all the opportunities, people, and moments that were always there but hidden behind complaints and comparisons. In today's competitive world, gratitude brings calm. So many people are stuck in the endless race for more money, more success, more attention. Gratitude frees you from that trap. When you're grateful, you realize that you already have enough to take your next steps. You stop comparing your beginning to someone else's success story. You stop wanting what others have and start appreciating what's already in your hands. That shift from "I lack this" to "I have so much already" completely changes how you think. And since your thoughts shape your reality, your life begins to change too. A grateful person naturally attracts good things because their energy shines with peace, not pressure. Think about it for a second. When someone complains all the time, people avoid them. Their negativity pushes others away. But when someone is thankful, kind, and humble, they draw people in. Gratitude makes you magnetic. It changes how people see you and how you see yourself. Those who live with gratitude don't beg for opportunities. Opportunities are drawn to them because their calm and confident attitude shows they're ready for more. Gratitude also has the power to turn failure into fuel. When something goes wrong, you have two choices. You can curse your luck or thank the experience for the lesson it carries. A grateful person says, "This mistake taught me something I needed to know," instead of "I'm not good enough." That small difference in attitude decides whether you give up or keep going. When you appreciate the process instead of only caring about the end result, you grow faster than those who only chase success. Gratitude doesn't just appear on its own, it must be developed. It takes effort, mindfulness, and choice. The most successful people aren't the ones who were handed everything. They are the ones who learn to value small things while striving for big goals. Gratitude keeps you humble when you rise and hopeful when you fall. It prevents ego from taking control when you win and keeps your spirit strong when life knocks you down. When you wake up each morning, instead of thinking about what's missing, think about what's present. The air that fills your lungs, the people who care for you, the body that lets you move forward. Each of these is a gift. Gratitude shifts your mind from what's lacking to what's living, from worry to peace, from greed to grace. The more you practice it, the more abundant life becomes. Not because you suddenly gain more, but because you finally see what was there all along. Gratitude builds inner strength. It's the quiet power that helps you stand firm when life tries to break you. Everyone faces tough times, loss, rejection, disappointment, and failure. These moments can easily drain your hope if you only look at what went wrong. But gratitude changes how you experience hardship. It doesn't erase pain, but it gives you strength to endure it. When you practice gratitude, you stop asking, "Why me?" and start asking, "What can I learn from this?" That one question turns every obstacle into a lesson and every setback into growth. Being strong doesn't mean pretending everything is fine. It means admitting things are hard, but still choosing to move forward. Gratitude becomes the root of that courage. It helps you notice that even in your darkest hours, something still remains. You may lose a job but gain insight. You may fail in one thing but find new purpose. You may be surrounded by problems but still have the will to begin again. Gratitude reminds you that life never fully abandons you. It always leaves something worth holding on to, and that realization stops you from falling into despair. It pushes you to rise again stronger than before. When facing difficulties, the human mind often focuses only on the negative, on what's missing or broken. But gratitude shifts attention toward what still works, what still matters, and what can still bring hope. It's like emotional armor that protects you from hopelessness. Studies show that gratitude lowers stress, improves optimism, and clears your thinking. When your mind is calm and your heart steady, you make better choices even during chaos. Gratitude gives you that balance, helping you react with patience and understanding instead of fear and anger. In moments of crisis, gratitude also gives perspective. Picture a person who loses everything in business. One may drown in regret, while another might say, "At least I learned valuable lessons. I still have my health, my skills, and people who care." The second person will rise again, not because their situation is easier, but because their gratitude keeps them steady. Gratitude is like roots that anchor you when life's storms try to carry you away. When you look at stories of great people in history, you'll find something similar. They all faced pain and struggle, but kept moving forward. Gratitude often gave them that strength. It may not always be spoken aloud, but it's there in their appreciation for small progress, their faith that tomorrow will be better, and their belief that every experience matters. That thankful spirit keeps you going even when reason says give up. Gratitude also changes the relationship between pain and growth. Without gratitude, pain just feels like punishment. But with gratitude, pain becomes a teacher. It builds character, deepens compassion, and strengthens your will. You realize that challenges aren't curses. They're opportunities to grow stronger and kinder. Gratitude turns hardship into wisdom, failure into guidance, and loss into renewal. Strong people are not those who never fall. They're the ones who rise again every time. Gratitude helps them rise. It whispers, "You still have something left," even when everything seems gone. It reminds you of past victories when facing new battles. It gives you the courage to continue when quitting seems easier. Gratitude doesn't just heal, it transforms. It builds a mind that refuses to break, a heart that keeps loving, and a soul that keeps believing in life's beauty, no matter how rough it gets. Gratitude strengthens human connection. It's an unseen thread that ties people together, turning normal interactions into meaningful relationships. Every bond, whether in family, friendship, or work, grows with appreciation. When people feel valued, they give more. When they feel ignored, they pull away. Gratitude isn't about polite thank yous. It's a sincere acknowledgement of someone's effort, kindness, and presence. It means seeing people not as tools for your comfort, but as companions in your story. When you show real gratitude, you make others feel noticed and respected, and that feeling becomes the foundation for loyalty and trust. In today's fast-paced world, people often criticize quickly but appreciate slowly. Many relationships fall apart not because of big fights, but because of small neglects. Workers leave good jobs because they feel unseen. Friends grow apart because appreciation disappears. Families become distant when simple thank yous fade away. Gratitude can repair all that. A few heartfelt words can restore warmth faster than any apology. When you express gratitude, you remind others that their efforts matter, that their existence makes a difference. When people feel that, they naturally open their hearts more. Gratitude also changes how you see others. Instead of noticing faults, you start noticing goodness. Instead of judging, you start understanding. This builds empathy. When you're grateful, you give people the benefit of the doubt. You realize no one is perfect, but everyone is trying. That understanding reduces conflict and increases harmony. Gratitude becomes a bridge between personalities and opinions. It teaches you to value connection more than pride, kindness more than being right. In workplaces, gratitude plays an equally vital role. A leader who sincerely thanks their team earns more respect than one who only commands. Gratitude turns a group into a community. It motivates people not out of fear, but through belongings. When workers feel appreciated, they don't just do their job, they care about it. Gratitude fuels that emotional connection, which is the real source of success. It turns separate efforts into shared victories. Even during disagreements, gratitude can calm anger. If you approach a conflict with appreciation for the relationships, for the opportunity to communicate, the discussion becomes healthier. Gratitude reminds you that keeping peace is more important than winning a debate. It softens your words and purifies your intentions. So over time, this mindset builds relationships that last through misunderstandings and distance. Gratitude also improves emotional intelligence. The more you practice appreciation, the more you notice others' feelings. You start seeing small acts of kindness that once went unnoticed. The coworker who stayed late, the friend who called when you were down, the family member who supports you silently. This awareness deepens your emotional bonds. Gratitude trains your heart to spot goodness everywhere, making you a more caring and trustworthy person. And when you spread that feeling, people respond with love and respect. Gratitude spreads easily. It's contagious. When you thank someone genuinely, they often pass that warmth forward. One act of gratitude can change the tone of an entire group. A thankful person lifts the spirit of those around them. They become a source of light in a world full of complaints and comparisons. Gratitude makes you the kind of person others want near, someone who brings peace instead of pressure, support instead of envy. At its core, gratitude is the language of the heart. It costs nothing yet creates immeasurable value. It strengthens trust, heals division, and builds love. When gratitude flows freely, relationships deepen, communication softens, and life feels richer because every interaction carries appreciation and respect. Gratitude also sparks creativity and perspective. It might sound unexpected, but thankfulness opens the mind. When people are grateful, they focus on what works instead of what's missing. That focus creates room for ideas. Innovation rarely grows from frustration. It grows from appreciation. When you value what already exists, you start seeing how it can be improved. Gratitude trains your thoughts to look for possibility rather than limitation. It clears the mental clutter of negativity and turns your energy toward problem solving. Those who lack gratitude often see only obstacles. They complain about what they lack or how unfair things are. Their minds get trapped in negativity, leaving little space for imagination. But grateful people accept what's real while still searching for ways forward. They think, I may not have everything, but I can start with what I've got. That simple mindset leads to creativity. It's what drives inventors, dreamers, and doers who turn small chances into big results. Gratitude shifts your thinking from, I can't, to, how can I? And that question opens the door to discovery. Gratitude also weakens fear, the enemy of creativity. Fear of failure or rejection often keeps people from trying new things. But when you're thankful, you feel secure with what you already have. That security gives courage to experiments. You no longer create out of panic, but out of inspiration. Gratitude keeps you grounded. Even if you fail, you still win through growth and experience. This inner calm allows ideas to flow without fear of imperfection. Many breakthroughs come from people who were simply grateful for the chance to try. It also broadens your vision. Gratitude helps you see problems as teachers, not threats. When faced with a difficulty, a grateful person asks, what is this showing me? That mindset encourages curiosity and patience. It helps you look at situations from all sides and find smarter answers. Gratitude clears your emotions so your thoughts can stay calm and creative. In teams, gratitude makes collaboration thrive. When people feel appreciated, they share ideas freely. A culture of gratitude removes fear of criticism and builds respect. Ideas grow better in that environment. Gratitude teaches humility, reminding everyone that success is shared. Together, they innovate faster and deeper because they cooperate, not compete. Even when things fail, gratitude keeps creativity alive. Instead of only seeing what went wrong, you see what you learned. Every end becomes a beginning. Gratitude gives resilience and fresh vision, the two things every innovator needs most. Those who thank their failures never stop creating because every setback becomes new inspiration. Gratitude also helps you connect ideas from different experiences. When you appreciate diversity in people and thought, your mind stays flexible. You begin to notice hidden links and new possibilities others overlook. Gratitude keeps your mind open, your eyes awake, and your creativity alive. It teaches that innovation isn't inventing from nothing, it's seeing what's already here with new understanding. Eventually, gratitude changes how you see the entire world. It takes you out of complaint and into creation. When you're thankful, every obstacle becomes a teacher, every resource a tool, every day an opportunity. Gratitude fuels creativity not by changing what you own, but by changing how you see it, and that shift is where real inspiration begins. Gratitude also creates deep, lasting joy. In a world where everyone chases success and approval, happiness often feels temporary. Many reach great heights but still feel empty. That's because without gratitude, even success feels hollow. Gratitude gives meaning to achievement and calm to struggle. It builds a bridge between reaching goals and feeling at peace. It shows that fulfillment doesn't come from having everything. It comes from appreciating everything you have. Without gratitude, people become prisoners of endless desire. Each goal leads to another chase. Every win feels incomplete. Gratitude breaks that cycle. It teaches you to pause, to enjoy the path as much as the destination. You discover that life's real wealth isn't in things, it's in awareness. You find joy not just in results, but in moments, the laughter of friends, the kindness of others, the beauty of ordinary days. Fulfillment that grows from gratitude is solid and calm. It doesn't depend on wealth or fame. External success can vanish, but gratitude lives inside. It makes peace your constant companion. A grateful person finds joy in the simplest things: a meal, a sunrise, a shared smile. Each day becomes a reason to celebrate. Gratitude also keeps success aligned with purpose. Many people rise high but forget who helped them climb. Gratitude keeps you humble. It reminds you to honor those who supported you and to give back. It transforms ambition into service. When you see success as a chance to contribute, your joy lasts longer. Gratitude reduces anxiety and regret by keeping you grounded in the now. When you live in thankfulness, you stop comparing your journey with others. You start living your own story fully. You become more patient, less fearful, and more content. In relationships, gratitude multiplies happiness. It deepens love and trust. It reminds you to cherish the people who walk beside you. Even during hardships, gratitude gives comfort and hope. It turns sadness into strength and endings into beginnings. A life rooted in gratitude is steady and peaceful. It doesn't chase happiness. It creates it. Gratitude makes everyday life meaningful. It helps you see abundance instead of lack. When you live with gratitude, you measure life not by what you gain, but by what you give, learn, and feel. That's the true essence of fulfillment, to live every day with appreciation, to find joy in simplicity, and to realize that everything you need has always been right here. Life may never give us all we want, but it always gives us something worth loving. The real question isn't how much we have, but how deeply we value it. Gratitude isn't a reaction. It's a choice, a habit, a way of seeing. It turns challenges into chances, strangers into friends, and moments into miracles. So when you wake with gratitude, you stop chasing happiness. You start creating it. You stop waiting for perfection. You start seeing the beauty that's already there. Gratitude doesn't mean giving up. It means growing with peace instead of pressure. It means appreciating instead of worrying. So today, choose gratitude. Be thankful for those who support you, for the struggles that shaped you, and for the failures that made you strong. Because when your heart is full of gratitude, your life will always be full, no matter what the world takes or gives.